Mrs. Nirmala,
Oh,
Principal, Mahindra World School, our chief guest for the evening, the staff and members of Akshaya who are with us, Mrs. LG, Mr. Muttu, and his team with us, the office bearers of the Metropolis uh,
oh no, no.
Occupants Association, Owners Association, residents of Akshaya Metropolis, ladies and gentlemen. A very good evening to you. I would first of all like to welcome Miss and other guests who have taken time off from their busy schedule to come and celebrate the International Women's Day today with us. 8th of March is celebrated as the International Women's Day the world over. We just heard that the first Women's Day was celebrated in 2011. Yes, it was celebrated in 2011, but I want to take history back a little more. The trigger for the International Women's Day was first happened in the year 1908 when a strike was called by the International Ladies Garments Workers Union. This strike was in America, and in 1909, the Socialist Party of America called this strike, called for a commemoration of this strike. This was a trigger which then grew into an international conference in the year 1910, when the first demand or the first proposal for an International Women's Day was made. 1914, 8th of March was a Sunday, and thereon International Women's Day has been celebrated on 8th of March every year. In 1975, the United Nations recognized this event, and thereafter it got much more universal acceptance. Today, we have Russia, China, Afghanistan, and Burkina Faso, which have declared this as national holidays or public holidays. Having gone into this little history of the International Women's Day, we can see that this was basically socialist in origin. It was because of a trigger of socio-economic conditions in Europe after the Industrial Revolution, which finished in 1870. And the approach to fight this was a rights-based approach, women's rights. Yes. And that was the way it has been going on. And I do not know if they have been really very successful in this. Now, to extend this a little further, I want to go back to the other end of the world, Australia, where we have the indigenous Aborigine women who are most ill-treated and subject to domestic violence. The Aboriginal society was not so. The ladies, there were no prejudices against the Aboriginal ladies earlier. It is a more recent phenomenon. The Aboriginal society actually treated everybody in the society equally. They they were given roles. The men and the women had their own roles, but the roles were different, and they were significant, and they contributed to the economy of the society in a large way. When the Western civilizations marched into Australia to colonize it, we had a different situation wherein the social structure was changed from what it was within the Aboriginal societies to something which was male dominated, and very soon inequalities crept in, and the woman no longer had the place in the Aboriginal society. Why I say this is because there is a lesson to be learned in this, and we need to understand how to address the inequalities of gender in this world today. We in India have always had placed women in a very high pedestal. They have always been equals and even superior to us, to the men especially. How we have, and we pray, we bow in front of the gods, goddesses, and we have a large number of goddesses in the form of Saraswati, Lakshmi, Kali, or Durga, or Shakti, and the woman in the Indian society has always been in the center of, in the focus of all affairs in the household. She's the mother, or she's the grandmother, and she always has the keys to the house. They have we have always had women who have had held a lot of very high positions in our society, and who have contributed immensely right from the Vedic days till today. But with after independence, with growing economic strength, the strength of our family system has gradually gone down. This reduction in our, or degradation in our family system has reduced, or has also degraded our value system. The unfortunate Nirbhaya episode is one which tells us how to the depths to which our value system has been degraded. We need to address this, address the inequalities in the psyche of our people, and put, and the correction is to be instituted in such a way that our society comes back and is back on rails. This correction is not possible. This correction is really not possible by just asking for women's rights. Yes, we must do that, but there is something much more deeper to this, which I feel is that it has to be started from a much more basic level, right from the foundation. We need to address why this cycle, and this is possible only if we address this and bring our children into such a level that they grow up seeing women, men, everybody in the society as equal as it was in the Aboriginal society, which I have given this example. It's very important that we address the children, and these children will gradually bring our society back on the rails. It will put us back to what we were, Vasudeva Kutumbam, or such like concepts which have been there in our history. We need to work on our children. The children have to learn and understand that everybody is equal, and we will only then be able to achieve what is really needed, that the woman today is able to move around. She's able to have bekhof azadi. I hope you all understand freedom without fear. It's what is, I think, most important. And for this, they have to be well educated. They have to be provided job opportunities. and of course, given the due that they deserve in this society. Well, I have said all this, but we need to as residents of Akshaya Metropolis, probably give a start to this concept, and probably, if I can say, we should strive to be one of the first colonies in India who institute this, and we have a very wonderful society here in Akshaya. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. That was a very thoughtful.